Hey, today is November 26th, and that makes it day 55 for me. I didn't get a chance to do my daily entry yesterday. I just ended up not having enough time in the day in order to get it done, which is always a bit hard. But I didn't feel guilty about it, and I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel like I was avoiding it. I think partly because I was feeling so relieved that the day was going better after having a hiccup, 2 days before, and then just feeling like I had to really push through getting through the day after and not making that another hiccup day. And it was super hard, the day afterwards, and I was worried, but I think because I had stuff to look forward yesterday and I was working, and then I knew I was going to get a break, I felt more relief, and the weather was better, which honestly has made a big difference, taking vitamin D supplements, because it's just hard, and today it is sunny, and my run was pretty, and it just God, it makes such a difference to feel the sun and to feel energy that way. So I'm just kind of being aware too of how November in the Northwest is affecting me and how it affects a lot of people, and grateful that there are things I can do, and being outside, and when the weather comes out, I was just so thankful for it. And today is American Thanksgiving, and so just reflecting on how loved I feel, and that's something that's really helped me in my recovery. When I want to withdraw, I think about the people who really do love me and how loved I am and how they want me to be present. They don't want me to withdraw, and if I'm withdrawing myself from them, then I don't get to feel the fullness of their love. I rob them of loving me, and I rob myself of the love that they have to give me. And that's been really helpful. If I'm not present, if I cut myself out because of this one thing, everybody has something. I'm not special that way. This is just my thing, and I can choose to decide how big of a problem this thing is in my life, and how much it takes from me, and how much it keeps me from engaging with other people. So Thanksgiving in the past has been a really hard holiday because there's just food everywhere, and I found one way to manage my eating disorder is being in the kitchen. And I've always just been someone who's been in the kitchen, and I learned to cook well and bake well, and so there's a lot of solace and kind of a way to hide my disorder, hide my discomfort, and almost a way of checking out by being the person who's in the kitchen and helping. And I can essentially eat all day long if I want and purge, or I can run and just not eat and avoid food, and then feel really better than other people because I didn't overeat. And it can be kind of both things. It can be overeating or not eating and starving, and then overeating when nobody's watching. And it's just been so stressful in past years that it's kind of nice that there isn't that opportunity this year. There isn't a whole bunch of gatherings, people to spark any anxiety. I'm not have to constantly check my mental health and see where I'm at, and see if this cookie is gonna be a good thing, or it's a bingey thing, or if I'm eating too much, if I'm gonna be able to get through it or not. And because it's really hard when you overeat around Thanksgiving and you're with people and you can't escape, because you feel so miserable and you feel so grouchy and mean, that you can't purge, or that it's just people don't understand. They think overeating is nice, or especially guys, they have an easier time with that. And it's just, it hasn't been since I was 18 or 19 since it started. And there have definitely been Thanksgivings that don't feel like a big deal, and I wish I could analyze them and pick them apart so that I would know how to replicate that every year. This year it certainly will be easier, just myself and a friend, and making crab and salad and potatoes and things that it's a meal I just love and enjoy, and I can eat as much crab as I want, and I can make a treat. And So it does, and I think that that's okay, and maybe that's the kind of Thanksgiving I need to always have, and not because the recovery is always a problem, but because it's just not worth it, and nobody else knows what I'm going through, and I don't have to eat for anybody else. I only eat for myself, and I'm only responsible for advocating for myself and making myself feel good. So, if this is something you struggle with, and it is American Thanksgiving, and you happen to be celebrating, like, you eat for yourself, and don't ever feel like you have to jeopardize your own recovery because of the expectations and the cultural setting that we're in today. You own you, and you can be happy eating as much or as little in regards, but food is good, and you can have a healthy relationship with it today, and not feel like it's a struggle.